Singapore must strengthen social safety nets and social mobility, even as it pursues economic growth to create opportunities for its people amid the pandemic. President Halimah Yacob, in her address at the opening of the 14th Parliament, has reassured Singaporeans that jobs will remain the top priority for the next few years. Brandon Tanota with more.
The COVID-19 pandemic has sharpened global fault lines and fueled protectionism. That's hurting trade-reliant Singapore, which is facing its worst recession since independence. Its economy is set to shrink by between 5 and 7% this year. It also has to manage a shifting domestic landscape.
Singapore is at an inflection point of our history. New generations of Singaporeans are coming of age. We have new aspirations and expectations, including a desire for more diverse voices to be heard and stronger checks and balances. At the same time, new leaders are emerging to take Singapore the next steps forward. The new generation of leaders and Singaporeans will have to form bonds and connections afresh, forge their own compact, find their own ways of working together, and strike their own balances.
For Singapore to thrive, Madam Halimah says it must understand the changes in its environment and respond to them nimbly, such as by adapting its economic and social policies. She says for the next few years, jobs will remain the top priority. Already, certain groups have been hit harder by the pandemic. These include lower-wage workers, as well as mature and mid-career professionals with heavier financial commitments.
Our economy will undergo significant structural changes. Some sectors will not return to what they were before. Some jobs will disappear altogether. Much of our economy thrives because we have made ourselves a vibrant hub for the region and an attractive place for trade, investments, talent, and ideas. We cannot take our hub status for granted or assume that its scope and role will remain the same. There is therefore great urgency to transform our economy and find new ways to make a living.
To support businesses and workers in the meantime, the government has earmarked nearly $100 billion over 4 budgets. It's drawing $52 billion from past reserves to fund these measures.
These are temporary relief measures, but we do expect a permanent shift to a new normal after the crisis. We are entering an era of volatility, uncertainty, and disruption in people's lives. Individuals will need greater social support than before. We will have to consider carefully how to strengthen our safety nets to give Singaporeans more assurance coping with life's uncertainties. And we will have to be careful to do so in a way that is financially sustainable for future generations.
But Madam Halimah warns that more redistribution cannot be the only way to lift up those who need help. Singapore also needs to strengthen social mobility. While the system of meritocracy has served the country well, Madam Halimah says there's a need to broaden its idea of merit, adding that the model has to evolve so society doesn't stratify and ossify over time. Cautioning that unfettered meritocracy risks fostering excessive competition, she says Singapore is making a concerted effort to value a wide range of talents and develop many pathways to success.